France unfolds like a living masterpiece where Gothic cathedrals pierce medieval skylines, lavender fields paint Provence in purple waves, alpine peaks challenge mountaineers, and Atlantic beaches meet ancient fishing villages that perfected the art of living well. Beyond Paris's Eiffel Tower and the tourist crowds on the Champs-Élysées lies a France where Roman aqueducts still carry water after 2 millennia, where chateaux rise from the Loire Valley vineyards, where Mediterranean ports blend Italian and French cultures, and where cuisine elevated eating to an art form inspiring global gastronomy. This is not the France of postcards and clichés. This is the nation where medieval pilgrimage routes wind through mountain passes, where D-Day beaches changed world history, where perfume makers in Grasse create fragrances worn globally, and where wine regions from Bordeaux to Burgundy produce bottles worth more than cars. So smash that subscribe button on Travelist Guide right now, hit the notification bell, and prepare to see France as the timeless treasure it truly is. Paris rises from the Seine River, where the medieval Ile de la Cité grew into a metropolis synonymous with romance and revolution. The Eiffel Tower, built for the 1889 World's Fair, now dominates the skyline, rising 324 meters. Notre Dame Cathedral on the Ile de la Cité survived the French Revolution and the 2019 fire, its Gothic flying buttresses representing medieval architecture's pinnacle. The Louvre Museum displays 35,000 artworks, including the Mona Lisa in a former royal palace. Montmartre's Sacré-Cœur Basilica crowns the city's highest hill, where artists like Picasso once lived creating masterpieces. The Champs-Élysées stretches from the Arc de Triomphe to the Place de la Concorde, where Louis XVI lost his head during the Revolution. Mont Saint-Michel rises from the tidal flats between Normandy and Brittany, a granite island crowned by a medieval abbey, creating one of Europe's most spectacular sights when tides surround it, transforming the mount into an island twice daily. The abbey, founded in 708 after the Archangel Michael allegedly appeared to the Bishop of Avranches, sits at the summit reached by climbing the Grande Rue. The Gothic Abbey Church demonstrates architectural genius in building a massive structure on a pointed rock. The cloisters offer views across the bay, where tides rise up to 15 meters, creating Europe's strongest tidal variations. The village clustering below the abbey retains medieval character with narrow alleys and fortified walls. The French Alps stretch along the borders with Switzerland and Italy. Their snow-capped peaks, including Mont Blanc, Western Europe's highest at 4,810 meters, creating terrain that invented modern mountaineering and winter sports. Chamonix nestles in a valley beneath Mont Blanc, the mountaineering capital where climbers prepare for alpine ascents, while tourists ride the Aiguille du Midi cable car to 3,842 meters for panoramic views. Annecy to the north combines alpine scenery with a medieval old town on canals. The Tour de France annually tackles alpine passes like the Col du Galibier, where cyclists suffer on gradients exceeding 10%, creating legendary sporting moments. The Loire Valley stretches along France's longest river, where Renaissance monarchs built chateaux demonstrating wealth through architecture that defined French elegance. Chambord, the valley's largest chateau, displays Francis I's ambitions with 440 rooms and a double helix staircase allegedly influenced by Leonardo da Vinci. Chenonceau spans the Cher River on arches, creating a bridge chateau. The valley's wines, Sancerre, Vouvray, Chinon, come from vineyards planted by monks centuries ago. The town's Tours, Blois, Saumur retain medieval quarters and markets selling local products. The valley became a UNESCO World Heritage cultural landscape, recognizing how human activity shaped the river valley into a harmonious blend of nature and architecture. Nice on the Côte d'Azur combines Italian heritage with French sophistication, creating the Riviera's most elegant city, where the Promenade des Anglais curves along the Mediterranean for 7 kilometers. The old town's narrow streets, painted in ochre and terracotta, reflect Genoese architecture. The Corsalea market operates daily, selling flowers, produce, and local specialties like pissaladière, onion tart with anchovies. The Russian Orthodox Cathedral's colorful onion domes recall when Russian aristocracy wintered in Nice. The Matisse and Chagall museums display works by artists who lived here, drawn by the Mediterranean light. The cuisine blends French and Italian. Salade niçoise, ratatouille, and pasta appear on menus alongside local rosé wines. Lyon sits at the confluence of the Rhône and Saône rivers, where Roman Lugdunum became Gaul's capital before evolving into the city that claims to be France's gastronomic capital. The Old Town, Vieux-Lyon, preserves Renaissance architecture with traboules, covered passageways connecting streets through building courtyards originally used by silk workers. The Basilica of Notre-Dame de Fourvière crowns Fourvière Hill, while the adjacent Roman theaters still host summer performances 2,000 years after construction. The Bouchon, traditional Lyonnais restaurants, serve local specialties: quenelle, saucisson, and andouillette. Paul Bocuse established Lyon's culinary reputation, drawing food pilgrims to his restaurant and the covered market bearing his name. Bordeaux on the Garonne River has reinvented itself from the wine capital into a vibrant city where 18th century architecture earned UNESCO World Heritage status. The Porte de la Lune displays neoclassical architecture from Bordeaux's golden age, including the Grand Théâtre and the Place de la Bourse with its reflecting pool. The surrounding wine regions, Médoc, Saint-Émilion, Pomerol, Sauternes, produce wines that set global standards with Chateau, creating bottles selling for thousands at auction. The Miroir d'Eau, Europe's largest reflecting pool, creates Instagram moments when the Place de la Bourse reflects in the shallow water. Saint-Émilion nearby combines medieval village charm with prestigious vineyards, creating the most photogenic wine destination. Strasbourg in Alsace straddles French and German cultures, creating a city where half-timbered houses display Germanic architecture, while language and politics remain thoroughly French. The Cathedral of Our Lady rises from the Old Town Center, its Gothic spire reaching 142 meters. La Petite France district features half-timbered houses reflected in canals, creating the most photographed neighborhood. The European Parliament, the Council of Europe, and the European Court of Human Rights have headquarters here, making Strasbourg the de facto European capital. The Christmas market, dating from 1570, claims to be Europe's oldest. The Alsatian cuisine blends French and German, tarte flambée, choucroute garnie, foie gras, paired with Alsatian Rieslings. Marseille, France's oldest city founded by Greek colonists in 600 BCE, sprawls along the Mediterranean where the Vieux Port remains the heart. The Basilique Notre-Dame de la Garde crowns the highest hill, its Romano-Byzantine architecture and golden Madonna statue visible from across the city. The Panier district's narrow streets climbing the hillside display North African influences, reflecting immigration that made Marseille France's most ethnically diverse city. The Calanques, limestone cliffs dropping into turquoise coves, stretch east from the city. Bouillabaisse, the fish stew that originated in Marseille, now appears on menus globally. The MUSEM Museum occupies a striking contemporary building demonstrating how Marseille bridges Europe and the Mediterranean. Saint-Tropez on the French Riviera transformed from a quiet fishing village into the playground of the international jet set after Brigitte Bardot filmed here in 1956. The old port fills with mega-yachts worth tens of millions, where crew polish chrome while owners lunch at the quayside restaurants. The beaches, Pampelonne, Tahiti, Club 55, charge for loungers while beach clubs serve champagne and sushi to clientele more interested in Instagram content than swimming. The Tuesday and Saturday markets in the Place des Lys sell Provençal products. The Citadel Museum displays maritime history while offering views across the bay. The seasonal nature means July and August bring crowds and prices that triple. If you're captivated by France's incredible diversity from alpine peaks to Mediterranean beaches, from Gothic cathedrals to Renaissance chateaux, smash that subscribe button on Travelist Guide and hit the notification bell because we're only halfway through this journey. Every region, city, and village has stories that reveal why France remains the world's most visited country. Like, comment, and share if you want to explore more European destinations with us. Did you know the Loire Valley alone has over 300 chateaux? Stay tuned because the adventure continues from medieval fortress cities to mountain villages and pilgrimage sites that have drawn millions for centuries. Keep exploring with Travelist Guide, where we go beyond Paris to discover the real France that locals cherish. Comment below which French destination surprised you most so far, and which one you're adding to your travel bucket list right now. The journey through France continues with even more incredible destinations ahead. Avignon in Provence served as the papal seat from 1309 to 1377, the period creating the Palais des Papes, Europe's largest Gothic palace, demonstrating the papacy's temporal power. The palace's massive walls, towers, and courtyards occupy 15,000 square meters, where 9 successive popes ruled Western Christianity. The famous bridge, Pont d'Avignon, extends partway across the Rhône River, only 4 of the original 22 arches surviving. The medieval city walls encircle the old town completely. There are 4 kilometers of ramparts remaining intact. The annual theater festival in July transforms the city into Europe's largest performing arts event. The surrounding Côte du Rhône vineyards produce wines from Châteauneuf-du-Pape. Toulouse in southwestern France earned the nickname La Ville Rose, the Pink City, from the terracotta bricks used in construction, creating warm hues that glow in sunset light. The Basilica of Saint-Sernin, an 11th century Romanesque church, represents one of Europe's largest remaining Romanesque buildings. The Capitole de Toulouse houses the City Hall and Opera House behind a neoclassical facade. Toulouse's aerospace industry makes it the European capital of aviation, where Airbus assembles aircraft including the A380, with factory tours showing planes under construction. The Canal du Midi runs through Toulouse with tree-lined towpaths creating cycling routes. The student population creates a young, vibrant atmosphere with affordable restaurants. The cuisine features cassoulet and duck products. Carcassonne in Languedoc rises from the Aude River plain. Its double walls, 52 towers, and drawbridges, creating Europe's largest fortified city and a fairy tale vision that inspired Walt Disney's castle designs. The Cité de Carcassonne's history spans 2,000 years from Roman fortifications through medieval expansion. The Château Comtal sits within the fortified city, creating a fortress within the fortress. The Basilica of Saints Nazarius and Celsus combines Romanesque and Gothic elements with stained glass windows dating from the 13th century. The restoration by Eugène Viollet-le-Duc in the 19th century saved the crumbling fortress. The Cité draws millions annually walking the cobblestone streets and visiting the towers. Normandy's coastline carries the weight of history, where Allied forces landed on June 6, 1944, beginning the liberation of Western Europe. The D-Day beaches, Omaha, Utah, Juneau, Gold, Sword, now peaceful but marked with memorials and cemeteries. The American Cemetery at Colleville-sur-Mer contains 9,387 graves overlooking Omaha Beach. Beyond the war history, Normandy offers the dramatic Étretat Cliffs, where natural arches inspired Monet. The half-timbered houses of Honfleur and Rouen demonstrate Norman architecture, while the Bayeux Tapestry depicts William the Conqueror's invasion of England. The region's cuisine features cream, butter, and apples, producing camembert cheese, calvados, and cider. Annecy in the French Alps combines a medieval old town built on canals with a stunning lake setting beneath snow-capped peaks, creating the town often called the Venice of the Alps. The Thiou River flowing through the old town creates canals lined with medieval houses painted in pastels, their flower-filled balconies reflected in the water. The Palais de Lille sits on an island in the Thiou, looking like a ship anchored in the canal. The Château d'Annecy overlooks the town from a hillside. Lake Annecy, fed by alpine streams, maintains crystal-clear water perfect for swimming. The cycling path circumnavigating the lake offers 42 kilometers of car-free riding. The proximity to ski resorts makes Annecy a year-round destination. Colmar in Alsace preserves half-timbered houses, canals, and cobblestone streets, creating the region's most picturesque town, where Germanic architecture combines with French sensibility. La Petite Venise features colorful medieval houses lining the canals in the Tanner's Quarter, the reflections creating scenes reproduced in countless paintings. The Isenheim altarpiece in the Unterlinden Museum ranks among Northern Renaissance masterpieces. The Maison des Têtes displays over 100 grotesque faces decorating the facade. The Christmas markets transform Colmar into a festive wonderland with 5 separate markets. The Route des Vins d'Alsace passes through Colmar, connecting villages where Riesling and Gewürztraminer grow. The cuisine features Alsatian specialties, choucroute, tarte flambée, paired with local wines. Burgundy in east-central France created the wine classification system that the entire world copied, making its wines set global standards for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. The Côte d'Or between Dijon and Beaune contains the most prestigious vineyards, where climates like Romanée-Conti and Montrachet produce wines selling for thousands per bottle. The Hospices de Beaune hosts an annual wine auction in November that sets prices for the entire Burgundy vintage. Dijon offers mustard, cassis liqueur, and pain d'épices, while its dukes once ruled a realm rivaling the French king. The region's combination of wine, food, history, and landscape creates the most complete French cultural experience, concentrated in one region. Azé perches on a rocky peak above the Mediterranean between Nice and Monaco, the medieval village offering the French Riviera's most spectacular hilltop views across the Côte d'Azur. The village streets climb steeply through stone archways to the exotic garden crowning the summit at 429 meters, where cacti grow among the ruins of a medieval castle. The Grand Corniche Road passes above Ise, offering viewpoints used in Hitchcock's To Catch a Thief. The village's perfumery offers tours, explaining Grasse perfume-making traditions. The hiking trail from Aise to Aisy-sur-Mer descends through Mediterranean vegetation, offering views while dropping 400 vertical meters to sea level. The medieval character survives despite tourism. Montpellier in Languedoc-Roussillon combines a medieval core with contemporary architecture. Creating a university city where 1/3 of residents are students attending France's oldest medical school, founded in 1181. The Place de la Comédie serves as the city's beating heart where locals gather in cafes. The Antigone district demonstrates contemporary urban planning, where Ricardo Bofill created a neoclassical postmodern ensemble. The Musée Fabre displays one of France's richest provincial art collections. The historic center's narrow streets hide elegant hotels particuliers from Montpellier's 17th century golden age. The proximity to beaches, 15 kilometers to Mediterranean resorts, makes Montpellier a city-beach combination, where students escape for weekend swimming. Lourdes in the Pyrenees transformed from a quiet mountain town into Catholicism's most visited pilgrimage site. After Bernadette Soubirous reported 18 apparitions of the Virgin Mary in 1858, creating a phenomenon that draws 6 million pilgrims annually. The Sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes encompasses the grotto, where believers drink spring water attributed with healing powers. The Rosary Basilica and the underground Basilica of St. Pius X, accommodating 25,000 worshippers. The candlelight processions at night create moving spectacles when thousands of pilgrims carrying candles process through the sanctuary singing Ave Maria in dozens of languages. The town caters to religious tourism with hundreds of hotels and shops selling religious items. If you've journeyed through 20 French destinations from Parisian boulevards to alpine peaks, from medieval fortresses to Mediterranean beaches, you're clearly someone who recognizes that France offers extraordinary diversity that rewards deeper exploration beyond famous landmarks. You're the traveler who understands why France remains the world's most visited country. Its combination of history, culture, cuisine, and landscapes creates destinations appealing to every interest. So smash that subscribe button on Travelist Guide, absolutely demolish that notification bell, and drop a comment telling us which French destination captured your imagination or which region you're adding to your bucket list. Share this with anyone planning a France trip because they need to see beyond Paris, discovering the chateaux, vineyards, mountains, and coastal villages that make France endlessly fascinating. Until next time, keep exploring with Travelist Guide, where we uncover the depth and diversity of destinations that reward curious travelers willing to venture beyond the guidebook highlights. Now get out there and experience France in all its glory from north to south, mountains to sea, medieval to modern. Au revoir and bon voyage.